homeless people, right? He didn't know nothing about that. You know what I'm saying? And that right there is the worst case of this pushing people on the train. It's a whole different breed of individuals out there. And you have to be aware of it. And it's not going to go away magically. You know what I'm saying? You have to update yourself and realize that God is going to take care of this, physically speaking. Some people are going to have to leave the planet for playing games with God's people and people in general. And listen. This is reality. You got mass shootings. You want to evangelize the mass shooter? Nah, I'm being real, man. I mean, you might say, "Oh, you're going too far." Well, I don't know, man. Some of you got that look in your eye like you might want to minister to him. You got that look in your eye like you want to minister to them too. You got all these wild and crazy people out here, all in the stores, all in the restaurants, fighting and everything. You can't be going up talking about, yeah, I'm gonna say something. I'm gonna say something for them. I'm gonna minister to them. That's what they need. No, you need to leave. That's what you need to do. You need to leave the restaurant, get in your car, and pull off. That's what you need to do. You need to pull off from the restaurant. Okay? And here's what you can do. You can start praying as you leave. Okay? If you're a powerful spiritual warrior, then won't you leave the restaurant, get yourself out of harm's way. I have to say this because a lot of Christians, man, they don't think. Leave the restaurant, get in your car, and start praying as you're pulling off. That's what you need to do. Don't be sitting up there standing there and you praying under your breath, looking at them with a look on your, like a distraught look on your face, looking troubled, like you trying to be the mediator. No. You don't need to try to be no mediator. You need to leave, get in your car. God will not have you in harm's way. That's a 7. Would God have you in harm's way? So then you're in the flesh. You're in the flesh right there. Right? You're doing what you want to do, talking about you doing the work of God. I got to address this type of individual. And sometimes it's preachers. Sometimes it's a preacher. They influencing the congregation to go out here among wild and crazy, bewildered people. And still be trying to talk to them and you know they crazy. Now, you don't need to be doing that. When you see, in fact, in the days ahead, we don't know how many days we have left, but in the days ahead, when you go into any restaurant, any fast food restaurant, any grocery store, if you sense commotion, listen, the food is not worth it. You can come back and shop another time. The food is not worth it. Whatever you got your mind on eating is not worth it. You hear confusion, yo. You hear all that like that? Yo, you leave immediately. You don't know if they got a gun. You don't know if they got a bomb. Who knows? You don't know. And you need to leave the premises instantaneously. I'm talking about as soon as you hear it, boom, out, you gone. You in the wind. You already in your car before they call the police. Before they even call the police, you already in your car driving, pulling off out the parking lot. You be, sitting there trying to be Superman or Batman or whatever vigilante you think you are. That goes for vigilantes too. That's a 7. Yeah, all you self-proclaimed vigilantes. Listen, you another one. You can't be out there trying to trying to save the world. And I mean, the Bible makes it clear. This is coming to an end. We can stop everything from happening, right? We can stop the major things, but something we cannot stop, and what's for sure, is the free will man has to do as they want to do. And you know what they're doing with their free will these days? You know what they're doing with their free will? They're going and shooting and killing people and pushing people on trains. That's what people are doing with their free will these days. And if you don't catch up to the times and you think it's going to go away, you think you're going to go back to normal, then you're going to be sitting around like a real space cadet while all of us are living in a different reality than you are. And that goes for, the vigilantes. Like I said, you're not Batman. Batman is not real. Okay? I'm sorry to inform you. Batman and any of the Suicide Squad, all of that stuff is not real. Okay? I know you thought you Ghostbusters, none of that is real. You got to say this to these Americans because they go out. I've seen them. They got Batman shirts on. They got Ghostbuster shirts on. They got Superman shirts on, and they think in the back of their head they're some superhero vigilante kind of guy. This is not the time to try to be a vigilante, buddy. When you got people pushing people on trains, and Batman can't even get away from that. Hey, if you go down on that train, buddy, Batman can't get away from that, buddy. We're going to see your wings, your bat wings flying in the wind. And if you think you Superman, we're going to see your cape flying in the wind, buddy. It's not the time to try to be all of that shut down. All of that is shut down. This is the part. See, I got to do a more complex message on the fall of the community, the fall of the world, the fall of a country, because it's so many different dynamics that you are used to being intact. They're no longer intact. This is another one. You can't listen. You want to help people, but we're in a fallen world now where police is even doing crazy stuff. Police are even doing crazy stuff. You can't halfway trust them. You got to keep your eye on them too. You can't be talking about, well, there's a cop. You don't know. Look, you don't know what he'll do to you. You could be a man or a woman. He might rape you. How you know? And they're not even handing out real time to these police at this point. You see any police do any real time for the crazy stuff they do? So then guess what? They're more inclined to keep living stupidly. All right? You have to live in reality. Okay? You don't have to live sad. You don't have to live in gloom and doom. You don't have to live like, woe is me. But you do have to live in reality. I'm not giving you a pessimistic message. This is not a pessimistic message. I'm really not a pessimistic person. I really am not. I wouldn't say I'm necessarily an optimistic person necessarily per se. I'm more of a realist, which, I look at all the information, right? And I evaluate the information based on reality, and I move according to that. And I don't sit up and try to be optimistic about stuff. And I don't necessarily try to be a pessimist about stuff either. So the middle ground is really being a realist. And sometimes you just can't be optimistic about stuff. You just can't. I mean, how you going to be optimistic about people pushing people on the trains? Where's the optimism there? The only optimism there is you. It ain't you. Well, it ain't me. I can look at it like that. What else you gonna say? What else are you gonna say? Well, it's not that many people it's happening to. See, now you sound ridiculous because you're trying to be optimistic about something that you really can't be optimistic about. Now you sound ridiculous. And you got people like that. You have a conversation with them. Well, it's not happening to too many people. Okay, what did you just say? I just told you an Asian woman got pushed on the tracks. And they're some of the most docile people. I mean, Asian women, especially, they're like so humble and docile, they don't even walk around aggressive. You ever seen when the last time you seen an aggressive Asian woman where her body language looked aggressive? You see aggression in every other race, but you don't really see Asian women walking around aggressively. They might aggressively run for a train here in New York, but once they they're in their own groove, you don't really see them like really being aggressive. Yet this guy pushes this docile woman onto the train tracks, man. It's almost unforgivable. That's what I'm telling you, man. It's almost unforgivable, man. What's supposed to happen to that guy? And he's still alive right now, eating, showering, and she's dead. You telling me they in a fallen world? And am I being a pessimist by telling you that? Am I being negative? I'm living in the real world. That's what I'm doing. Why you think I'm not? I am. I'm living in the real world and I'm adjusting to it. It's another message I'm going to do is about spiritual hibernation. That's the next message. Some of y'all need to realize you need to spiritually hibernate. You need to get used to stand away from the world. Because as time goes by, you're going to be less engaging of the world more and more and more. This is not going to get better. And you're going to find yourself in the house more times than not out of wisdom. Okay, so let's say if you want to go to an Italian restaurant. They just had a shooting on that block, right? You gonna still go down there? Even if it was 2 blocks away, you still going? Are you gonna be the type of person? Are you gonna be the type of person to say, "Well, I ain't letting nothing stop me from having my good time"? You can't be like that. You can't be one of those. Oh, I'm gonna just do me, regardless. Nah, you can't be like that. You can't be like I'm gonna do me regardless. Nah, you gotta pay attention. You gotta pay attention. And it ain't about being scared. It's about not being stupid. There's one thing to be scared. It's one thing to be scared. It's another thing to be stupid. They just had problems down there, right? So it ain't even gonna be good. It's gonna be like fire trucks all around. I mean, noise, all different, and you going right down in there, ambulances coming by, fire trucks. I'm showing you. And some people will. They'll sit there with a straight face like, yeah. How's your ravioli? Listen, man, this is real. You can't listen. You have to accept that you're going to have to start staying in a lot more than you would like to. That's real. You can't be hopping and jumping all around. Them are the people that wind up getting caught up in something. That's 7. If you out here all the time, think about it. You out here all the time. How long is it going to take for you to see something or for something to happen? And look, I'm not being a pessimist. I just am aware of the times that we're living in. And if you don't adjust, who are you to be arrogant enough to say it ain't going to be you? They might just look at you, and just because you're not attached to the world, they might want to mess with you. Well, you look like you're happy. This person doesn't like it. You know, and you're trying to do you. But now you're facing some weirdo that wants to stare you down because you look too happy. That's what I'm saying. Listen, if you're not aware of this, you're gonna be going out hopping. And I'm like, listen, I'm not knocking going out and doing you. Going here, going there, doing you. Do you, right? But make it make sense according to the times that we live in. That's a 7. Make it make sense. Especially women. Because women, you like to go here, you like to go there. Sometimes you like to go window shopping. Men, we do not like window shopping. We dread the fact of window shopping with no money. Women, they like it because they think, oh, I'm going to see what I'm going to get. I'm going to see all the nice stuff there. Men don't know. No, we want to go and purchase. We want to go and buy some stuff. We don't want to go see how nice the stuff is there. It might not be the same stuff when we get the money. So why am I going to look at something now and then it might not be there? Or it might be something better. That's how we think. Women, y'all like to go check it out just because it's like an outing to you. Yeah, I'm just go out. I get something to eat and go window shopping. It's a perfect example of what I'm talking about. You ain't gonna be able to do all that window shopping and all that. You gotta shut that down. You know, have a balance. I'm not saying you can't window shop at all, but cut it down to take 30% off of all that window shopping. About 30%. There you go. Not too bad. Take 30% off of whatever percentage you are doing it. If you're doing it at 60%, do it about, 40%? That's about right. If you are 100% of a window shopper, you need to bring it down to 50% because you need to change your mentality. For real, man. This message can be for you for tomorrow, right? And save your life. Because you're going out all the time, window shopping, right? Women, you know, and how long you think you're gonna be able to do that? And you a decent looking woman on top of that? How long you gonna be able to go out in public like that? Listen, I'm preparing you for the days ahead, the hours ahead. When you see all this stuff happen, what if it's on the block, you on the block, right? And then some shooting happens and stray bullets is everywhere. What about that part? You have to adjust to the times. It ain't about being scared. It's about being point A to point B, chilling a little bit, but not too hard. But chilling, that nice spot. You felt the atmosphere, but you ain't like, you know what I'm saying? You ain't OD on the atmosphere. You ain't stay for 3.5 hours. But you can discern if you can do that. Okay, you got a friend, y'all chilling, y'all go out to an eatery, and y'all like have a very good, long, deep conversation, which might last for 3.5 hours or better. But discern it though. You know what I'm saying? Don't be ODing every time you go out. On like sitting at the eatery and ODing all the time. as far as the time that you standing, like that you chilling. Don't OD like that all the time. You know, cause you don't know if somebody's gonna come ruin your good time. So you enjoy the atmosphere, you chill, you relax, you enjoy yourself, feel out the atmosphere a little bit, boom, move on. Nobody can ruin it because you enjoyed it, you enjoyed the atmosphere, and you moved on. You see my logic behind it? They're not going to be able to mess up your day. It might not be a physical altercation. It might be just somebody saying something out the way or something. Or somebody just engaging you in a weird, strange way for no apparent reason. Now you got to explain to your friend, your spouse, or your boyfriend or girlfriend why somebody talking to you out of pocket. They go to use the bathroom, they come back, some dude talking to you. Like, what was he talking about? Oh, he was just asking me if there's another location of this restaurant. Like, okay, he could have asked the manager. That part. Hey, why he ain't asked the manager? Oh, he gotta ask you. You don't work here. Do you look like you work here? Nah, but I'm being real. And then now it's a little aggravation done happen. You know what I mean? You ain't got to get bent out of shape about it. But at the end of the day, now see, now you're at fault because you engaged this person. And this comes from lingering in atmospheres. It's just an example of many examples. Vice versa. Some woman talking to your man. Oh, yeah, I thought I seen you working here. Huh? You ain't seen me working here? And she got her chest out, her butt out, and everything. And your woman come out out the bathroom, the restroom, right? And she see you talking to this chick with her butt out and tits out, and you gotta explain to her, oh, she thought I worked here. Cause y'all chill for like 3 to 4 hours hanging out. And then she came around talking about you worked here. You're like, nah, I never worked here. And now, because she ain't see your woman, she trying to go along with the conversation. Oh, okay, so what you doing today? Oh, okay. And you look, and if you ain't a strong man, now like you're engaging her, you ain't shutting it down. You ain't really shutting it down. Now you engage in the situation. And now you really are questionable because you've been lingering in the wrong atmosphere. That's what I'm saying, man. So listen, just be sharp about how you move. That's all I'm saying. When you out here trying to enjoy yourself, even when you're doing errands, just be sharp about how you move. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm the best of both worlds. I can be an extrovert and I can be a homebody. I have no problem with being a homebody. I have no problem with being an extrovert. But I'm not going to try to be a social butterfly when people pushing people on trains and all kind of crazy stuff, mass shootings. I'm not going to try to be a social butterfly in that situation. That's what I'm trying to tell you guys. Do not try to be a social butterfly in the middle of chaos. That part. Now you see what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Because look, all this stuff on the news, start paying attention to the people affected. What was they doing? Like, for real though. Like, what was they doing? Like, how long was they there? Start asking these facts. Start to figure it out for yourself. How long was they there? Like, why was they there? You don't be asking none of them questions. I'm start asking some of them questions. Well, how long was they there though? Like, they're a victim of the situation. Okay, so how long was they there? And I'm gonna start getting the average of how people moving, and I ain't moving like that. Listen, I already got it in my mind. And this, listen, now, here's the punchline. Now, after all I've said about all this stuff, right? Now you see why I'm talking about you not trying to approach people and talk and minister to people, evangelize everybody. Why you need to fall back on that a little bit. That's the punchline. Now you see what I'm saying. I just showed you all the atmosphere of the present day country, right? And you can't be out here trying to evangelize. And lingering in environments. You're lingering in the environment while you're trying to talk to somebody about our Lord. At the end of the day, you're lingering somewhere. Just like I said. Just like I warned you of. You're lingering. And while you talking to them, I've been a young Christian. I know how it is to get that tunnel vision, and you talking to somebody and you talking to them about the Lord, and you got eye contact and you're not even focused on nothing. Now, I only did that when I was young. When I was a young Christian, I just get zeroed in and I'm talking to them about the Lord, and I'm not thinking about none of my environment. Now that I'm a little older, a little wiser, I talk to somebody about the Lord. But I'm like, if I hear something strange or, my ears are open. If I see something weird, my eyes are open. I'm not doing that tunnel vision thing where I'm just looking at you in the eyes and just staring at you the whole time. And that's all I'm doing. No. I'm gonna make sure my ears are open and my eyes are open. And that's how you gotta be. It's not mental sickness. You're adjusting to your environment. You only have one life to live. All you have to have out there is one collision and it's over. And so you gotta be point A to point B, right? Point A to point Z. I'll say better said. Point A to point Z. All the way where you back home chilling, right? That's point A to point Z. That's what you need to be these days. And listen, man, and some people try to prove to themselves that they're not scared. You don't need to do that. You don't need to prove to yourself that you're not scared. We live in a different time. So, some people might feel like, well, I'll be a crippled if I don't go nowhere. See, I don't feel like that. As you can see, I'm at home by myself and I'm doing videos and I'm doing healthy stuff. I'm talking about real issues. I'm occupying myself. I'm occupying my mind. I'm not doing nothing crazy. I'm not saying nothing crazy. Right? I talk about real stuff. But I'm always occupying myself as a human being. I'm not just sitting looking at the walls. You have to be able, hear this part too. I'm gonna do a video about this too. You have to be able to learn how to maneuver and navigate your mind at home in the quarters that you live in. You can't be getting antsy because you've been in the house too long. You can't be doing that. You got to be able to settle in and be able to navigate your mind in a quarters, not necessarily a small quarters, but a house, wherever you live in. You got to be able to feel out that environment and feel what you can do to navigate your mind and entertain yourself right there in your own quarters. Because if you gotta be outside, you've gotta feel like you gotta be out there, and it's many people that's like that. I'm addressing it because the people are different. The beginning of this message is evangelizing people. So it's about people and how you engage them and how you can't engage them. And it deals with also going out and doing things, you know. And if you just think that, you know, it doesn't matter, it does. You don't want to end up being that person that thought that everything was all good and it wasn't. Like, you don't want to be that person. Like, you used to could do this. You used to could go out and chill. Like, when I first came to New York 10 years ago, man, I walked everywhere. My headphones on, walking everywhere, listening to my music, walking to town. I'm in New York. It has changed even since I've been here 10 years ago. It has changed. It's not like it used to be. The feel, the energy, even in Lower Manhattan, it's already done changed. It's not the it's you can tell it's 10 years late. I can tell it's 10 years later since I've been here. Most things are changed in a matter of 10 years. Most places, all places change in 10 years time. And New York changed quicker than that. New York changed probably every 3 years. Or New York changed every 3 to 5 years, half a decade. Half the time the other places take to change. New York probably changes every 3 to 6 years. 3 to 5 years, just to avoid the 6. But, you know, you have to be aware of it. You can't be out here slipping. You can't be out here talking about, well, I used to go walk around my headphones. I used to do this all the time. Well, you need to slow down a little bit and feel it out. Look at these people. Check them out.